discussed different kinds of noun with all manifestations. We have also taken into account semantic features of different kind of nouns that we use in our language. It is time we talked about and discussed some questions which are related to noun to make our understanding of noun and its usage solidify. When we go through the exercise, it makes our understanding more concrete, more exact, and more objective. It is why we have some questions on noun today to talk about. Now these questions are of two types. First type of question is descriptive in nature, because we need to give some kind of description about the concept of the noun. And the second kind of question is related to identification of words as noun and their uses. So first we come to the descriptive questions, and I help you hint at the answer to these questions. I can say that these hints will be very much important for your answering the questions. Now coming to the first question under descriptive nature, explain the term noun with examples. We know whatever things we see around us are all nouns. They are all naming words. Now we can say the name of person, name of place, name of class, name of collection, and the object of abstract nature, and the object having the material existence are all nouns. For example, bulb, building, table, television, helicopter are the examples of noun. Now we move to second questions. How many types of noun do you know? Explain with examples. Generally, we have 5 kinds of noun that we already know. Then we also include countable and uncountable noun to describe these 5 types of noun more clearly. And we have already had enough examples in our previous discussion. Now third question is about what points of difference do you know between countable noun and uncountable noun? We already know that there are some things which are to be counted, there are some things which are not to be counted by their nature. If we try to count them, their existence is lost. So we can say that a common noun and collective noun are countable nouns because we can count them. For example, we can count just roads, plants, trees, buffalo, but we cannot count beauty, smartness, boredom, and so on. Now here we have the fourth question. How do you differentiate proper noun from common noun? Differentiation lies in the fact that proper noun is all about the proper naming of a proper thing, and common noun is about the common naming of a class of objects. Now we can say proper noun is singularly used. It is used only for one particular thing or one particular person or place, while common noun just inculcates the class to which so many things are belonging. Now here, noun is a naming word, elucidate. It is just to say that without name nothing exists, or if it exists, we have difficult to know it. So noun makes us know the thing which exists. And it has been felt from the earlier time that to know the thing we need naming something, that it can make us form an image. It is why noun is very essential for us. The whole world is actually, linguistically speaking, the naming word, and the process of understanding and learning pass through the process of naming. Because with naming we can say that traits of things are also understood, and the features of things are also taken into account, and so it is a kind of introduction to the object. Now we are coming to just another kind of question in which some words are just cited, and here we have to classify the words into proper noun and common noun, because actually the important thing is to classify the word, know the word with its class. Shobha being the name of person, proper noun. Copy, just common noun. Master, common noun. Godavari, proper noun. Kamla, proper noun. Hand is common noun. Eye is common noun. Eye is common noun. Macbeth is proper noun. Chairman is common noun. Lady, gentleman, cycle, priest are common nouns. Motinagar, Kamal Bagh, Vidyasagar Setu are proper noun. Temple, church, it is common noun. BPSC is proper noun. Minister, both minister is common noun. Both Gaya is proper noun. Kanchan is proper noun. Shivalik is proper noun. Bag, hawk, tree, date, common noun. It is then Shyama Mata, it is proper noun. Then servant, comedy, night, servant is common noun. Comedy nights is proper noun. Prithvi theatre is proper noun. RK studio is proper noun. Tabla, sitar, mechanic, common noun. The pioneer, common noun. The red fort, proper noun. So here there were some questions, there were some nouns, and our task was to identify the nouns, whether they belong to proper noun or common noun. The same kind of question we can find here also. Here is the list of noun. Now we are going to classify those nouns into collective noun, material noun, and abstract noun. Committee, collective noun. Hate, abstract noun. Jealousy, abstract noun. Bunch, collective noun. Diamond, material noun. Rupee, material noun. Pearl, material noun. Slate, material noun. Bravery, abstract noun. Law, abstract noun. Rule, abstract noun. Mob, collective noun. Audience, collective noun. Spectator, collective noun. And victory, abstract noun. Defeat, abstract noun. Brilliance, significance, and abstract noun. Meeting, collective noun. Sobriety, abstract noun. And then we have music, abstract noun. Poetry, power, abstract noun. Practice, abstract noun. Choir, gang, collective noun. Nature, abstract noun. Might, abstract noun. Politics, it is a common noun. Politics is also abstract noun. Assembly, collective noun. Legislature, it is just a collective noun. So Lok Sabha, Raj Sabha, collective noun. Emergency, abstract noun. Merriment, abstract noun. And governance, abstract noun. So now we have just the words which are to be classified in terms of countable noun and uncountable noun. There are certain words given to us, and we are going to classify whether these words are just belonging to countable noun or uncountable noun. Childish, because it is abstract noun, it cannot be counted, uncountable. Gulf, countable. Piano, countable. Sofa, countable. Mr. Rustam, proper noun, so it is just one, so it remains uncountable. Pleasure, abstract noun, so we can say that it is also not countable, uncountable. Sky, uncountable. Umpire, it is common noun, so we can count it, so countable. Engineer, countable. Paper, just countable noun. Ink pot, countable noun, but scholarship is once again abstract noun, so it is not countable. Scholar is countable because it is common noun. Color, because it is abstract noun, so not countable. Crime, not countable, being abstract noun. Criminal is proper noun, so it is countable. Mind, uncountable. Gas, uncountable. She is countable. Mrs. Patel is uncountable. Discomfort is uncountable. Wave, uncountable. Death, uncountable. God, goddess, uncountable. Help, uncountable. Misfortune is also uncountable. Spirit, principle, uncountable. Periyar, uncountable. Illness, uncountable. Ailment uncountable. Pune, poem, uncountable. Rather, we can include poem into countable group because we can sometimes use it as a common noun, but most often it is used as abstract noun also, but we can keep it under countable group. Now here just there are some questions where just we have to just change the word into noun form. Now change the noun given into another noun. For example, boy, boyhood. Here our task is just to change the word noun into another kind of noun. So it is interchange of the category that we have to do. Scholar, common noun. From a scholar we have abstract noun, a scholarship. Education, abstract noun. From education we can get educator, common noun. Professor, common noun. From professor we have the abstract noun professorship. Lecture, lecturer, it is lectureship, that we can change lecture into lectureship or lecturer into lectureship also. And here Buddhism, from that abstract noun we have the proper noun Buddha, and it is from crime, abstract noun we have criminal, common noun. Train, from train it is trainee and trainer. There are two kinds of common noun that we can form. And here air, from air we have airs, abstract noun. From water we have waters, abstract noun. Love, just love is loveliness, is another kind of abstract noun that we can find from love. Or just scene, scenery, and photo, photography. Gamble, and from that gamble, one who gambles is known as gambler, that is common noun. Editor, edition, from that editor we have abstract noun form edition. Change, just from change we have the just a noun that we can change it. What do we find? Changeship? No, change. I think that change remain always change. We do not find another kind of transformation of change into another thing, so it remains the same. And from philosophy, we have philosopher, linguistics. It is abstract noun naming of the branch which studies about language. And geography, from that geography, we have the common noun geographer. So here just nouns were just interchanged. Now here we find that change the words into their respective noun. For example, there are some adjectives here. Rather, you can say a list of adjective is given to us, and from that list of adjective we are going to form the noun. So hardship, hard adjective, and from that hard we have abstract noun hardship by adding suffix. Laborious, ous, is the adjective marker, and when we are removing ous, then it is labor left, that is noun form. Southern, now from southern we have noun south. Gallant, gallantry. Brilliant, from brilliant we have the abstract noun brilliance. And safety. Then master, mastery. Beautiful, beauty. Now here it is prosperous, prosperity. That is abstract noun form of the adjective prosperous. Then writer. Although write is not an adjective, but write is a verb. From that verb, one who writes is known as writer. So we have got a common noun form, but this is simply not an adjective. Mathematical. So from mathematical, we have mathematics as just a name of subject, abstract noun. Linguistic, related to language, and from that linguistic we have linguistics or linguist. We can find two nouns. Linguist becomes a common noun related to person who studies, or from linguist we have linguistics also, the subject which studies. Human gives us humanity, abstract noun. Sympathetic, sympathy, abstract noun. Behave is once again a verb. From that verb we have here just abstract noun behavior. Now we can say that there is another kind of noun, adjective western, and we have the noun west, eastern, east, and punishable, punishment. Then we have motivate, once again the verb, and motivator is a common noun from motivate, and motivation is abstract noun from motivate. Now here we have activate, the verb, and from that word we have activation, activator, and then last word is here significant. That is adjective, and it gives us significance as an abstract noun. Now we have the last type of question that we are going to talk about. Here we can see that some sentences are here with blanks, and some options are given to us to choose. Now we have to take into account the meaning and context of the sentence before you are going to choose the correct word. So first we should read the whole sentence before you are choosing between two options. Mahadev, the dash, is against the no confidence motion. So no confidence motion, if it is produced by opposition party, then government or minister is opposing it. It is political just a thing that we should understand. So no confidence motion is produced in the house by opposition leader, and the person who is against is the government. So here from the context it implies that Mahadev is the minister. So we can say Mahadev the minister is against the no confidence motion. There is no ripe dash in basket. Bread is not ripe. Flower is not ripe. Yes, we can say fruit is ripe. So we can say the best choice that we have here is fruit that we should choose. So there is no ripe fruit in the basket. Dash is what beauty does. So beauty is what beauty does, it is all the just saying that most often we hear. So we cannot make any kind of change when we are citing some sayings and some maxim and so on. So it is kept as it is said. So it is said in the form that beauty is what beauty does. So our neighboring dash does not want India progress. So there are two options here to choose from. So neighboring state cannot think our country not to progress. Yes, neighboring country can think so. So we can choose here, our neighboring country does not want India progress. A dash is one who takes risk. Master does not take any risk. The story writer, yes, although it is all professional, just a side. So we can say even master is a professional side, there is a risk there, and story writing too, but we are not talking in that term. So gambler is actually taking risk. It is life risk which is taken by gambler. So you can say a gambler is one who takes risk. Do you have a dash to talk? Do you have a mobile set to talk? Because generally we talk through mobile. All cannot talk on radio, all cannot talk on the television, but if it is common people, a person, just he can talk through mobile set. So here I think that mobile set is the best choice. So do you have a mobile set to talk? How much do you need in a day? Here we can say all are equally important. How much food? We can also say, yes, we can talk about food. How much power do you need in a day? Power is not related to day-to-day activity. Okay, expenditure is day-to-day activity. So we have two choices here. Either we can fill here food, but the best choice is food. How much food do you need a day? Although expenditure is sometime, and it may be the secondary one, but the food is the best choice. We remember our old age most. I think another choice is here misfortune, childhood. Yes, the most memorable age of life is childhood. From experience we can say that we do not like remembering misfortune. Yes, we think that let it pass over. So here old age, yes, it is also not memorable out of experience. So our best choice is childhood. So there is a dash to travel through water. No, we already know bus cannot travel through water, so train can also not travel through water, and it is only boat which can travel through water. So we may cite here boat. We love our foe much. No, we cannot love our foe much. Cousin, we may love our cousin much, or we may love our friend also much. But the most important choice is here friend, that we can fill here, because it is the most reverent relation that we have here. So in this way we can say that there were some questions of different nature that we have discussed, and we have discussed that we could better be just skilled to use all the nouns with confidence, and I hope that these sets are just improving your idea of noun, and it is also improving your skill to use noun. So we stop here. Next time we have another chapter to take into account, and we are going to talk about